But I want us to focus on the top banner, the story where MP wants leaders treated at home. Now, this proposal by Kiambu member, woman representative Gathoni Wamuchomba, wants elected leaders and state officials from traveling abroad, barred from traveling abroad for treatment so as they can do more to improve local health facility. And I'm glad you're both leaders, so I'd like your view on this one as well as how the story has been covered. And it's on page 5 of the Standard. Now, I'll start with you, Honorable Mwale.
Thank you very much. I think it's imperative. I won't say that she's wrong in her suggestion, but also you need to give people freedom and also look at which type of disease she's advocating to be treated here. Because we have some cases where you find maybe our hospitals are the ones that are recommending that patients should be treated abroad. And therefore, when you look at such a case, like we have our own member of parliament, Ken Okoth from Kibra, who is being treated cancer in somewhere in Europe.
In Paris, I think.
Yes, Paris. And therefore, if you just pin it down and say that members of parliament or leaders should be treated here, then you are trying to be discriminatory, because we have other Kenyans and majority who are not leaders and they are being treated from other countries. And therefore, I think she needs to elaborate and also look deeply into it to understand especially what she wants to achieve.
Yeah, I think from what is in the story, the goal is to have the Kenyan health sector improved. And by forcing, this is of course an extreme measure, but by forcing leaders to be treated here, maybe she feels it would open their eyes to the rot in the health sector.
I think there are other ways of
more
achieving
diplomatic.
that. Yes, because she's a lawmaker. She can come to parliament and maybe bring amendments and look into the way we can increase money. Because health is devolved, and therefore if you increase the share of the county allocation on health matters, then there's a way you can come up with stringent measures and make sure that the health sector is well equipped.
Is improved, and perhaps those ailments where we are forced to go abroad might be able to be treated at home eventually. Now, the article further told us such a requirement is the only way, this is according to Honorable Wamuchomba, is the only way that will make leaders become serious in addressing the plight of people who are currently suffering due to pathetic and deplorable conditions of many public hospitals. And it is true that some of the hospitals are wanting and they fall short by far. Honorable Kangata, what do you feel about this one?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It is?
Indeed, that leaders need to know what the ordinary mwananchi is going through. And therefore, personally, I would want to support it. The only problem, I doubt whether our constitution can provide for such. There are issues that can be dealt with the constitution. There are other issues which are policy. And I doubt whether this issue can really be addressed through a constitution.
But it does point to a very serious problem, even though if her proposal is a bit out there, but it does point to a problem that is big, because the health was devolved, but that doesn't seem to have helped that sector much. We have some medical practitioners in some counties actually on strike because they feel like the conditions are not good and they're not getting enough support. So when you see this particular problem and an MP suggesting this very extreme measures to help deal with health issues, what do you feel about it, and what is the solution ideally to sort it out without going that far, denying people?
More investments in the health sector. When you look at the budget of this country, how much money is allocated to the health budget? We don't allocate a lot of money.
It's not enough.
Remember, we have the Abuja Declaration, which said that we should be allocating about 15% of our national revenue to healthcare. We have never reached that level, so we need to increase our health budget. Also, we need to increase the number of professionals who are in that sector. Currently, Kenya has about 10,000.
But we are importing, in fact.
Yes, Kenya has about 10,000 registered doctors. I would propose the government to be more innovative by giving more incentives to our A students to do medicine. You find most of our A students are doing things like law, mechatronics, engineering. I think we need to lure them to do medicine through several methods. One, you guarantee them full allocation of help. Two, you guarantee them accommodation. And 3, you also open more medical schools, and that way you will have many more people doing medicine as a result.
Yeah, and I think
you
that's...
will see more doctors out there. And by the way, that is going to assist us in several ways.
Yeah.
We even find the money that we are paying doctors, we now come a little bit down because it's an issue of supply and demand.
Yeah, and I think it all boils down to investing more in the health sector.
But on the other hand, I think the women rep, she's trying to just attract attention.
Oh, really?
Because
like
when you look at, let's just be sincere, because when you look at this year alone, how many leaders have gone outside to seek medical attention? I've never gone there. Kenyatta has never gone there. Uhuru Kenyatta has never gone there. William Ruto has never. Raila has never.
She just perhaps wants to strike the fear of God into the hearts of our leaders, don't you think?
Maybe, but I think the best way she would have presented it is to say that the insurance cover given to leaders should not